What if IBM never called Microsoft? The phone call that never happened.
It's 1980. IBM, the big blue giant, is scrambling. They're building their first personal computer and need an operating system. In our world, they picked up the phone, dialed Microsoft, and history was written. But what if that call never happened? What if IBM chose someone else? In reality, Microsoft didn't even have an OS when IBM called. Gates and his team scrambled, bought one, tweaked it, and licensed it to IBM. That deal made Microsoft rich beyond imagination. But if IBM never called, Digital Research likely gets the contract. Their OS, CP/M, becomes the standard, and Microsoft stays a small languages company. Bill Gates becomes a successful entrepreneur, but not the richest man alive.
If Microsoft never got the IBM deal, there's no MS-DOS, no Windows dominance. The IBM PC might run on CP/M. Apple would gain a stronger foothold, and by the 1990s, they might be the undisputed king of personal computing. Or maybe Linux and open-source operating systems would have risen decades earlier.
Here's the kicker. Microsoft wasn't IBM's only choice. Gary Kildall of Digital Research literally missed his shot because he didn't show up for IBM's meeting. Gates, young and hungry, made himself available and flexible. One handshake deal turned Microsoft from a small startup into the software empire we know. Sometimes history doesn't hinge on genius alone. It hinges on who picks up the phone.
So what are the alternate futures? In the digital research world, every PC runs on their OS, and Gary Kildall is a household name. In the Apple empire, we all live in a Mac-only universe, or in a fragmented chaos with no single dominant OS, and personal computers are less standardized and slower to spread.
So, what's the lesson here? Luck favors the prepared. Gates didn't have an OS, but he had the courage to say yes. One call can change destiny, and competition is fragile. The difference between Microsoft and Digital Research was one missed meeting. The moral of the story? If IBM never called, Microsoft might have been just another footnote in tech history. Sometimes success is genius, sometimes it's grit, and sometimes it's simply being the one who shows up.